Good day and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie, where we will be looking today at the race meeting from Turffontein on the inside track. Today, the 30th of May, 2021. We once want to explain to the people who might be watching this video for the first time what Outsider Genie do. Outsider Genie is a form analyzer who analyzes form, and then he finds outsider selections that you can add into your play, whatever your play is, so that you can then get the bigger dividend. Example, yesterday in the last race at Greyville, we gave you a horse called Canadian Bolt. Now, unfortunately, Canadian Bolt was drawn 14 on the Greyville track, which is like a suicide mission trying to win from there. But Canadian Bolt managed to finish second, running on strongly at the end. And Canadian Bolt paid 10 Rand for a place, running second. So that boosted all the dividends. The exacta, trifectas, swingers, quartets was all boosted by the payout by Canadian Bolt running second. And that's what we try to achieve. We try and give you outsider selections. They don't always win, but sometimes they do place. And when they do place, they can pay handsomely. So if you want to receive this video every day, as we post it, get a notification, you can just hit the subscribe now button and ring the bell, and then you'll be notified every time this video is posted. You can also find us on Twitter, Outsider Genie 1. Unfortunately, our Instagram account is not active, but I am working on that. And then, our contact details is 8358555133. You can also subscribe to our daily form analysis, where we give you more information, like we give you suggested exactas, trifectas, quartets. We give you best bet of the day. We give you trifectas and quartets and all of that. And we also give you a small PA and a pick six, which you can play. Or you can use some of those numbers, add them into your own play. Now, for the 14-day package, it's 175 Rand. Our normal package is 500. If you sign up now, today or tomorrow, you will get it for 400 Rand. And then we have a value package for the last 2 months that are left, June and July, for the champion season. As I said, a normal value would have been 1,000 Rand. You can get it now for only 650 Rand. And you'll get all the selections, including the Vodacom, the July selections that will only be available to subscribers. Then we also launched a new package where we have got clients who's not interested in exactas, trifectas, and quartets, but they would like to have top bets and so on. So what we do is we give you 2 top bets, 2 each way value bets, and then we give you 3 all-to-comes. A top all-to-come, that's the one that most likely to win, a value all-to-come, and then an outsider all-to-come. The outsider all-to-come doesn't win every day, but if it does come in, it pay well. The other day we had an all-to-come, and you can pay them for win or each way. We had an all-to-come for 100 Rand, 100 to 1 for a win, and the one horse ran first, and the other one ran second. So if you paid it each way, you would have still probably got about 25 to 1 or more. Then we also give you free pick six selections, our normal value pick six, that's round about not more than 150 Rand. A pick six that you can play for 5%, and then a pick six which we build around our top and value bets for 100%, and you can then take any percentage of that. Jackpot players can use the middle legs of our pick six. The cost is 10 Rand a day, irrespective if there are 1 or 2 meetings. Your packages, package 1, subscribe on, will be for 31st of May. For June package, normal cost 300 and you pay 255. 2-month package 600, you pay 480. Or the 3 months package, you pay normal price 900, you pay 675 Rand. If you want both packages, then you can add on 100 Rand to whatever package you choose. So let's move on to the racing today, where we are on racing from the inside track. At Turffontein, the first race is at 12:45. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Global Player, 17-10. Number 2, Pomelo, 2-1. 4-1, Naval Guard, 7-1, Signals, 7-1, Star Effect, 25-1, Floro Dust, and 25-1, Quality Joker. Now, here in the first race, we got 2 horses from Paul Peters, same owner. Now, the one is Global Player and the one is Pomelo. Now, what is interesting, they both ran on the Turffontein inside track over the 1600 meters, where Pomelo's race was fast at 99.56, and the race where a Global Player was in was 101.12. And I think both of them has got chances. So what do you do to, make a decision? And I had an interesting discussion with one of our members yesterday. What do I do when I get horses that are close to each other and I need to make a decision? Well, then I start looking at a thing called time. And if you look here in this column, you'll see here adjusted time per meter. Now, the adjusted time per meter includes course variance and the going of the day and all of that. That's why I say it's adjusted time per meter. So that in the end of the day, if you want to compare times, then the time that you are seeing here is a time that includes the course variant of the day, so that you can make a decision in terms of times, and it will be like on a level playing field. So you see here, because the course variant might not be the same every day, so the adjusted time per meter includes that. Now, if you have a look here, they both ran on the inside course at Turffontein over 1600 meters. Pomelo's race was faster, Global Players was slower, and if you look here, you'll see that 0.06230 0.06230, and that's 0.06305. So all you do is you take that and you multiply that with the distance. So you take that 0.06230 and you multiply that by 1600. So the time that Pomelo actually ran was a 99.68. Okay. So now you take the other one, which is 0.06305, and you multiply that by 1600, and that's 180. So Pomelo ran his 1600 meters in a much faster time. And another interesting thing, they both went to the front, but Global Player did run on a little bit better than the 23.8 than Pomelo. But now the reason, you was wondering why is that? Because you'll see that Pomelo were further in front by the 400 meters than Global Player was. In a Global Player was only 0.07 in front from the second horse, where Pomelo was 1.9 seconds. So he could stop a little bit and still ran a better time, but his 400 would have been a little bit slower. But I'm going to stick with number 2, Pomelo, in this race. As Sam Musiwa, I think, is a very competent jockey. Just for the interest, I don't know why they should have just given this work riders a name and said, yeah, the Paul Peters Benefit Fund, because he's got 6 runners in this race. So, no, I think 5, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. He got 5 of the 7 runners. Only Sean Terrier got a runner and Diane Stegner. The rest is Paul Peter. So they should have called it a Paul Peter Benefit Fund Turf Work Riders Maiden Plate. So then for outsiders, I would think that this one here at the bottom, Quality Joker, I think might be improved. So it might be useful to include it in the back end of your quartets. But then again, they've got this number 6 Naval Guard, which also, although in a slow time of 25.1, ran on 400 to finish. And I just want to quickly do it as I didn't do that when I did my calculations now. But remember, it is now a different course, a different distance. But just for interest sake, let's take 0.06059, and I think this is going to be a 98 times 1600, 96.99. That is not a bad time. But again, you must not remember it was on a different course and a different distance. But the way the horse ran on, although the 25.3 is not that that good, but it was in a, also in a work riders event. So maybe just keep your eye on number 6, but I'm sticking with number 2. Let's move on. We've dealt enough on that. So races 2 and 3 are juvenile place, where I don't do selections on. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is number 3, Bon Vivant, 8 to 10, Verolina, 6 to 1, Passion Fantasy, 13 to 2, Run for Isla, 15 to 2, 10 to 1, Beltway, Paris Falcon, 13 to 1, 14 to 1, Amazon Orchid, Moonshine Fruit, 14 to 1, Savage Love, 33 to 1, and 60 to 1, Son of Liberty. In the third race, number 8, specially selected, 18 to 10, 22 to 10, Castletown, Ultra Quick, 2 to 1, Alan, 15 to 10, Admiral Dury, 16 to 10, Integrate, 16 to 10, 20 to 1, Master of Law, Runners, 125, Apache Gold, 35, and Coco Hill, 35 to 1. And then while we're here, let's look at the fourth race. Number 9, Toto's Dream, 15 to 10, Voltron, 18 to 10, Lafille, 4 to 1, Lil Wahoo, 12 to 1, Golden Magic, 16 to 1, Picaro, 25 to 1, Night Lily, 28 to 1, September Blossom, 28 to 1, 66 to 1, number 3, Whatever You Like, scratched, number 8. Now, here in this second race, I just want to quickly mention that here's a horse that debut well, and I mean, look at this, how this horse run on, and on his debut, and is drawn 5, so certainly the 1200 meters will suit as a filly by William Longsword. Slow, lost 1 length, and really ran on well. And then, yeah, I think I see this horse as a big prize, a son, also a daughter of Rafif. I think they're going to run well. So, and then, yeah, number 8, Savage Love. Just take note that this horse is only carrying 56, getting -4. Maybe backing up your quartets here, Savage Love. Then we move on to race number 3, the first leg of the pick 6. Here you can just pop in all the first timers if you want to, but it does look like number 8, Simply Selected, ran a nice race last time out. First time out, also lost 2 lengths, hang in, so if we can overcome that, and then, you know, run on nicely, I think might be hard to beat in this field. Doesn't look too strong. There's not really well, but it's first timers. But again, here, number 10, Coco Hill, you need to take notice. This also has run okay races, but I think the -4 will certainly be make a difference, and I'm scared that this can be the upset in this race with number 8, Specially Selected. You might want to maybe take the double here of Specially Selected Michael Azzi onto the double in the next race, which is number 9, Toto's Dream. Now, this is also a very strong, very weak maiden plate. It's also Duke of Marmalade, Rain in Africa by Trippy. Might be worth your while taking a small double on these 2-year-olds. But as I said, this is a small double. Don't go big. Voltron, also even if it's on riding a nice second, but then last time flapped his lines behind Dream of Genie. But as I said, in this field, you're not very strong. Number 8 is a scratching. Lafille is also a 2-year-old filly. It ran on 6 lengths behind last time out. Whatever you like, just pop this in the back end of your quartets. I have a feeling that this horse might be improved with the -4. Golden Magic needs to show a little bit more. Lila, who has been running places here and there, 3/4, might want to include that in the back end of your quartets. So let's move on to race number 5, where we have a maiden plate over 1200 meters. And here the favorite is number 1, Southboy 11 to 10, Chief Rafif 7 to 2, Right Choice 11 to 2, Quantum King 7 to 1, Samuel 8 to 1, Global Vision 9 to 1, Confessor 25 to 1, Give Me the Purple Light 25 to 1, and 80 to 1, Top Play. Now, here in this race, I am going with the favorite, number 1, Southboy. Has been running well, is due for, he's been there and thereabouts, and I think will be hard to beat in this race. But there is an outsider selection that I'm scared of here in this race. And that's number 5, Give Me the Purple Light, coming to the Binda stable from KwaZulu-Natal. And I figure the -4 only carries 53.5, and that could certainly be a factor. This horse has been has run in a maiden was 1.3 lengths, 1.5 lengths behind She's a Keeper, who's now a July entrant. Certainly that must have a little bit of ability. So and she has slow into stride, stayed on well. And I think even that the inside course might, the straight, this horse looks like she might need the longer straight. So maybe they're sending this horse in terms of getting her to run on the Fontaine, the longer straight, but maybe giving her a run to just introduce her to racing here on the IFL. In other selections, outsider selection is number 7. Global Vision also ran nice last time, 5.7 behind Gilgoba. Certainly also in with a bit of a chance. The Rafif Kumalo, you can never disregard Kumalo. Again, the Michael as he's stable. It looks like they might have a good day today. And then also want to touch on number 6, Chief Rafif. Another Rafif by more than ready me. Ran second first time out behind Urban's Boy, and then 2.10 behind Barney's Pride, which wasn't a bad effort. So certainly I think also a candidate here in race number 5. We then move on to race number 6, which is a merit at 84 handicap over 1600 meters, Class C, average merit rate at 78. Let's have a look here at the betting. Here the betting is number 1, Indumu 14 to 10, Oyster King 4 to 1, Anchors Girl, Archers Girl 6 to 1, Intant 15 to 2, Silver Master 10 to 1, Stop for Nothing 12 to 1, Foreign Fields 15 to 1, Vitus Bearing 22 to 1, and Whipping Boy 22 to 1, 80 to 1, Elusive Response. So here in my race, my first selection is a horse that affiliate Dynasty. This horse is extremely well bred. And she actually, I think, won much easier than the 1.2 lengths. And I'm not mistaken, Wedding Bells came out and ran second at a Val the other day. And I think that this horse can train on and become, I think is going to become quite a good horse. My concern, just again, is the Michael de Kock stable is not firing consistently. They are getting winners, but there's also some of the horses that you think must have a good chance, and then they lose or ran dismal races. But for this race, I'm going to take my chances with number 8, Archer's Girl, because she's only carrying 53, nicely drawn, and I think will run a huge race here. Then my outsider selections here is numbers 4 and 7. Now, number 4 is Silver Master, a horse that always slow out and always have to run on from the back. But it might happen that one of these days they're going to get a good jump, and then there's going to be trouble. That's got Lorena on board, and he's got a very good record with Baden Bottas. 4 runs, 2 wins, and that's a 50% strike rate. So certainly also not a bad draw. Draw 6. And then another horse here that I'm very concerned of is Vitus Bearing. This horse is coming from the Campbell stable, and he changed stables 28th of April. It's about a month ago. And he was running there and thereabouts in KwaZulu-Natal. Now today, finding him here in the Gauteng, and yeah, this might be the surprise. This Calvin Habib, he likes to win with long shots, so maybe put number 7 into your play here, Vitus Bearing. Then we want to have a look at numbers 1 and 2, which is the favorites. Number 1 has been last 3 runs finding always somebody to beat him, but I think we'll go close today in this race. And then number 2, Oyster King, who won 2 runs back, won by 12.5 lengths. And then last time out, just holding on over the longer distance now today, back over the 1600 meters. So I would think that they're probably going to go to the front again and say, catch me as you can. But I've got a feeling that this filly might be able, with this 53, this horse is carrying 58.5 kilograms, to be able to run him down. We'll have to see. Then we move on to race number 7, which is a merited 96 handicap. Let's have a look at the betting here. The betting as follows. Number 5, the contractor, 28-10. Nordic Rebel, 4-1. Dark Tide, 9-2. Wakar, 7-1. Category 4, 9-1. Indigo, 10-1. And 12-1 along with the rest. Now here my first selection is the contractor. Now, I must admit, when the contractor won his race over 1600 meters, I just felt that this is going to be too far for this horse. And this horse, he just took off and won a nice race, course and distance. And then last time out also in a higher division, well, in the same division, he held on at the Val to also just, keep going. And I think Warren Kennedy today are looking for the hat-trick at number 5, the contractor. Then my outsider selections is number 9 and 11. Number 9, Virginia and Bazuma riding, only carrying 51. And I've got a feeling this horse is much better than her form. And I think it's one of those horses she's competed in. You have a look here, Lady of Steel, 2.25, 103s, 107, 97s. Meditator has come down a little bit, and also the -4. Maybe I think number 9, Virginia, certainly a big outsider in this race that can upset the apple cart. And then number 11, Wakas, is also a horse that's been running there and thereabouts, is carrying a Lana lightweight today, and certainly I would think in this field the contender. Then other horse I want to look at is number 6, Nordic Bell. Now, if you have a look here, Nordic Bell, I've got a turnaround of 58 and 53 is 5.5 kilograms with the contractor for 1.7 lengths. But I just want to say, I think that the contractor is a horse that can still improve, where number 7 certainly at 7 years old has not got a lot of improving to do. So it's going to be a close race between numbers 5 and 6 here. Then we move on to the last race. Before we move on to the last race, it's just something that I want to quickly touch on for you. And I just want to share this with you. We're going through a period where there's a lot of people who are battling. They don't have money. They don't have a job. And then I was introduced by a fellow racegoer who is on the site and probably listening to this video. I'm not going to mention his name, to a program the other day. And what a program it turned out to be. So I want to ask you, if I could show you how, with a one-time payment of $100, which is 1,400, actually a little bit less than 1,400, you can earn 180,000 over 4 to 6 months. Would that interest you? And this is not a thing where we just throw a few figures. We can prove that income. Somebody who did earn that income from the 24th of January till middle May. So it can be proved. And then it's all legal. We've got all the stuff to prove to you that's legal. It's a global opportunity, already been done in the USA for 12 years, where it's also 100% legal. Now, what it's not cryptocurrency. It is not cryptocurrency trading. It's not Forex trading. It's not Bamboo. It's not Dewpoint. It's not Crowd One. It's not admin from home. It's not any kind of franchise business or any other similar scam or scheme you have heard of. Now, if you say, yes, I would like to learn more, just WhatsApp me on 061-231-0193 and just say reference OSG Info Legal System, because I've got a lot of people contacting me from different platforms where I advertise, and I just want to know from which platform you are responding from. So requesting information is free. Why not take a look? It can change your financial position for good. Thank you for that. So let's move on to the last race, where the betting is as follows. Number 12, Queen Bomi, 4-1, Lyrical Dance, 5-1, Feldflower, 6-1, Pull Up, 6-1, Rock You, 8-1, Irish Willow, 9-1, Astral Plane, 10-1, Fire Flower, 10-1, 14-1, Dynastic Light, 14-1, Future Lady, 16-1, Jive Express, and Miracle Wonder. Here in the last race, my choice is number 6, Lyrical Dance, another Michael the Cock, and another filly, Vision Getrix. She's been running after a maiden win. But has been running not bad, 1 length behind, a quarter length, now 1 length. And I'm feeling today, although drawn a little bit wide, but I do feel that in this field today, she can be competitive. Then my outsider selections is number 7, Astral Plane. Did have a stable change, was sold on a sale the other day, and has been running here and there some good races. But I see now you got Lyle Hewitson riding for Joe Soma, and that doesn't often happen. Lyle has ridden 5 times and he's been either win or place for this trainer. So certainly number 7, Astral Plane, definitely a jockey strike. And here we have the cock inmate, Fire Flower. And I think that Fire Flower, likes to go to the front. And you might find that the cock can run the exacta here. So maybe a good thing to look at the exacta in this race, at the cock exacta. Then another horse, that number 12, Queen Bomi, has also been running against stronger than she's meeting here. Only carrying 52, Musi Yeni on board, drawn 4. But definitely a contender. But the problem with Queen Bomi is there's no consistency. She runs one good race, one bad race. So you never know which one is going to turn up for the day. So that brings us to the end of our preview. I hope I could point you in the right direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.